No, my dad got upset with me tonight because I said, I don't claim to be God, but I do claim to be the gracious good shepherd and the Lord. And if they can call Charles and the King of Jordan King and Lord, they call me when I earned it, right? And they have this crown prince exiled from Iran, right? And lady keeps calling him crown prince and all that stuff. Did he stand up for a Lord's Prayer? Did he stand up to try to save children from human trafficking? Especially in a country that he was supposed to be his enemy, Mexico. We're always locking Mexicans out and having drug wars with them. When I found out what my government was responsible for in promoting it economically to promote their economic engines for their military, I got up real loud, and that was 2009 when I found out what was happening, 2009 and 10, and I was relentless. I came back here in 2011. My dad and my family shut down my internet here, I got on my cell phone and I walked every day, 8-mile round trip, no matter what the weather, down to the Thomas Brannigan Memorial Library, and I sat there for an hour and all kinds of different screens and loaded up those videos on YouTube as fast as I could, so we could draw attention to what was happening to young people in Mexico, because we're not living the Lord's Prayer and people accepted economic conflict over the love of the Lord. Right? So, and the Lord is a special person. He will get up and do things that other people won't do for us to be obedient to the truth of natural laws provided by the glory of God, so we can eternally be obedient to sustain our needs through faithfully loving one another in gratitude for the gift of the life from the glory of God. So the Lord is a unique human being. He's very special, okay? And he's different. And there are stories about the Lord and his life, and in spirit who he is, and what he will do, and how he will help us all stop going out in the streets in our cars yelling for different ways to make money or more money, or feeling free because we can now make money in a different way than we did before. We're talking about forgiveness of debt and trespass. We're talking about the kindness, the courage, and the eternal wisdom of the faithful one. We're not talking about this guy on TV this lady keeps calling Crown Prince. He's supposed to be from a nation that is Muslim, Islamic, okay? And not once has this man said, I believe we can all live the Lord's Prayer, that I can be flown back to the place of my birth and live the faith of Muhammad, live the faith of Jesus, live the faith of Abraham, live the faith of Esther. Okay. Esther was in Persia, guys. Mordecai was in Persia. Okay. Persia is a place they now call Iran. Okay. Do you understand? Okay. So, wow. Let's go outside and let's move the water in the backyard. Let's do that. So, it's interesting to me when you have these people, and then I get glared at and yelled at by my family and ostracized and treated like I'm this horrible person because I say I'm the gracious good shepherd and the Lord. Okay, and I'm like, if you met this asshole from Iran and the other people at Fox News that you send money to for political donations, we're calling him Crown Prince, would you call him Crown Prince too, or would you get in his face and say, you're a fucking liar? You don't stand up for the Lord's Prayer, and you're nothing like the Lord and Lords and the King of Kings. Okay? I would. If I met Harry or Willem or Charles, the fuck is wrong with you? Why aren't you standing up for the Lord's Prayer with me? Son of a bitch. Okay? Don't say that about my mom. Let's stand up for the Lord's Prayer with me so you can redeem your mother. Hey, the shoe fits and wear it. If your mind hurts, then bear it. It's your conscience to live with every day, every night. If you find it hard sleeping, if you just lie there weeping, if the truth hurts, then the shoe fits just right? Now, I did everything I needed to do by January 22nd, 2013. Everything after this is just icing on the cake of the life of Earl. Okay? He is redeemed the Messiah. He is Lord. And you can't sit there. Rockefeller did it, and all the rest of the assholes accepted. You can't turn the Gospels into a word game. And they sit there. You can get hundreds of people at Walmart to stop saying God as a possessive pronoun in the first person, but you can't get your family to stop. Did you ever think it's because I'm being tortured insidiously by the military they donate money to try to get me to stop saying I'm the Lord and I'm the gracious good shepherd? Do you ever think my family was in a psychotic break trying to get me to accept the fantasy of the military? So I'll just quit and stop and just admit that Jesus is God in the sky from military intel. And then we all can't be, you set up the things for tech. Look, guys, even if I was not the Messiah and was not in my family, and it was someone else, my family would still be getting tortured by cancer and economic conflict and manipulated like the rest of the crazy bastards all running around using the word God as a possessive pronoun in first person on the planet. Because Rockefeller set it up and Obama turned the key. 20th, 21st, and 22nd of January, 2013. They'll gladly kill over me and my grandpa's money and watch you and your Jesus die, Parsons, to the bitter end, right? And I know my family is in a psychotic break, in a state of psychosis, okay? And I understand that. And a lot of them think they're well-intended because they want to save me with the super God, Superman in their head. And then if I just give in and I get to go, well, see what it is this. If I accept Jesus as God in their head, I get to go live with Jesus after I'm dead with them, with God in their head. And I'm like, that's not tangible. You don't understand science, do you? Okay, so I'm like sitting there going, no, it's not. You've got to understand science. And if science disproves your religion, then you need to get a new religion, okay? And if science has no religion, it's diabolical, it's genocidal. And that's not I'll think about it. I'll have to mull that over. That sounds like a interesting, no. Well, no, I always get told that by scientists. If I say, if you don't have religion to your science, it's genocidal and it's like the Nazis. Oh, no, it's not true. Okay, we're killing people over money with science projects. Okay? I do math better than scientists do. Okay? If your science has no religion, you become diabolical and you're like murdering Nazis. That's not true. You're murdering people over money with technology. Okay. Your technology, which is learning, is becoming aware of this. It's taken me a long time to do this. Long time. Me, Earl, physically, okay. They took me to Sierra Vista. They tortured me and my kids and my wife as soon as we hit there. Had all their biggest dick sex predators come after her, and she thought she was predicating after them. Okay? They screwed her. They put her on chat rooms. They made fun of her. They talked shit about her. It affected the kids. It became very difficult on the kids. It embarrassed the kids consciously and subconsciously. Okay? Because people talk. And I always used to tell my oldest, the oldest, Patrick's my oldest, but Amy's oldest, Natalie, don't listen to this stuff. Don't buy into the gossip. It'll just frustrate you, make you angry, make you mad. And it's not all completely her. She's making mistakes because these people are manipulative, evil bitches. They tell me all about it at work. It's Temple said Illuminati. We can't get them to do anything we don't want to do. And I didn't even know. I was tuning out. I didn't know who Antoine LaVey and Michael Aquino were. A hitman for the mob that was seeking refuge in Cochise County. Okay, had to tell me about Michael Aquino and Antoine LaVey. Had to keep insisting that I connect to them. And then when I connected to them, I'm like, oh, God dang. I wanted to talk to John McCain about Janet Napolitano, and he goes, no. The Temple Set Illuminati run Napolitano and McCain. Oh, shit. They're a finance engine of the U.S. military that is the main component of propaganda to destroy all right-wing, conservative, cult, religious, genocidal groups in the military because they're a huge problem. They're a ginormous problem. They use psychotic killer cults called religions to train their children to mass murder over God in the sky. And if you do it right, when you die, you go live with Jesus because you killed people for the team. And the best team in heaven is the people that give their all at Aggie Memorial Stadium, at every memorial stadium in the United States of economic education industries, to train to be the best consumers in the history of fight and kill over money. You need some religion to your science. Toot fucking sweet, right? Okay, I get grumpy. Ralphie get angry. Ralphie get mad. Let's load this one up. I don't know if we'll load another one or not. We'll see. But just get yourself together, because I'm not going to wait on people. I'm going to move where I need to go to get the job done. And I'm not going to ask people to join me anymore. I'm just going to do the job. If you decide to get up and do it with me, then you do. If you don't, life's eternal, grace is infinite. Where your pages get sealed in life through death is where you wanted to end up and where you're supposed to be. Okay, guys? Love you very much.